very good evening to you and welcome to the program Abuja File on KAFTAN television. My name is John Okoro. Abuja File is a program where we bring to you trends, happenings, issues within Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. We also look at activities of the Federal Capital Territory Administration and how they bring developmental projects to your doorsteps and other dividends of democracy. Thank God it is Friday. I hope you are having a good time wherever you are in the city of Abuja and its environs. It's been raining cars and dogs all day, and it's a good one. It is a good one. Hope wherever you are that you have not been affected by the rain or under any kind of flooding. Yes, just sit down and enjoy a program. However, we are going to embark on a quick break, and when we return, we bring to you the first segment of the program, which is known as Abuja Quick Facts. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. And on the first segment of the program, we will be giving you what is known as quick facts about Abuja. It is some information about the FCT. The Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, was conceived as a replacement for Lagos, which used to be the former Federal Capital Territory, and it was because of the issue of congestion and overcrowding. The location for the Federal Capital Territory was also chosen because it is a more centralized place where from everywhere in Nigeria you can easily have access to the territory. The name Abuja was actually borrowed from a nearby area, a nearby town, which chose to bequeath its name to the new federal capital and chose another name called Suleja. The territory of Abuja was carved out of territories that formerly belonged to the old Kaduna State, to Niger State, to the old Plateau State, and the old Kwara State. Abuja is inhabited by the indigenous people, made up of the Wagi people, the Basa people, the Koro people, the Gede people, the Gwandara people, and also amongst other indigenous Nigerian tribes. The administration of the Federal Capital Territory is directly under the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who now gives his power, assigns his power to a minister who he appoints. The minister of the FCT sits atop the administration of the territory. The territory is made up of 6 area councils, which in other places we can call them local government areas, but here it is called area councils. They are the municipal area council, the Kuje area council, the Buhari area council, the Gwagwalada area council, and the Abaji area council. Abuja is reputed to be a place of peace. And because of that, many Nigerians and foreigners alike from every walk of life have come to the city to enjoy the peace and earn a living for themselves. That is, and this is it for the segment Abuja Quick Facts. We are going to go on a short break, and when we return, we go straight to our main topic of the day, which is the road infrastructure in the FCT. We will be back soon.
Standing before you today to accept the nomination of our party.
Welcome back to the program Abuja File on KAFTAN television. Yes, in the last few months, the city of Abuja was agog with series of commissionings of different road projects by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. These projects consisting mostly of roads and bridges were completed by the administration of the Minister of the FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike. And for so many years in the city here, it was an unprecedented thing to see the whole of Abuja turned into a big construction site. Projects that had been abandoned for more than 30 years were brought back to life. Some of the roads in the FCT that have over the years suffered all types of neglect and dilapidations were also looked into and resurfaced. And for the people of the FCT, it was something that they have never seen before. Like we know that the city here for years has been enjoying stability and peace. And people from all over the place, all over the states, across this country, and even foreigners coming from the neighboring West African states and elsewhere in Africa, all of them came to Abuja to settle and work with their families to enjoy the peace here. And it led to the challenges that normally accompany some of this huge migration. And one of the challenges noticed was the issue of traffic congestion. Anyone who is familiar with the city here would understand that once it came to the period of rush hour at that time, you will see all sort of traffic bottlenecks all over the place, what we call in the Nigerian parlance, go slow, all over the place, especially during these morning rush hours and evening rush hours at the close of work. And it was something as people had complained and complained, and it seemed like the authorities were not listening. However, with the coming of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the Minister of the FCT, succor came the way of the people of the FCT as the Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, went to town and mobilized contractors. All the projects that had been abandoned over the years were all brought back to life. And just within a period of 1 year, most of these projects were completed. And you will also understand and recall that even before this project started, that the minister actually had to go to the president to solicit that the revenues that accrue to the FCT shouldn't go into the Treasury Single Account, the TSA. We know that all the revenues accrued to the federal government from different agencies actually go into the TSA, but the minister solicited for a special statute for the FCT, and the president obliged him, and that led to funds being freed up for these developmental projects. And today, from across the city, these new routes have beautified the city, added to the aesthetics of the town. And again, when you talk about the issue of traffic congestion, it is no more there, because the new access roads have actually provided alternatives and easy access to many locations within the city, in the satellite areas, and in other areas, outlying areas to the FCT. The crew of Abuja File went to town to sample the opinions of Nigerians, especially motorists, on how this new road infrastructure is affecting them, affecting their movements, and affecting everything that pertains to them and their businesses. Take a listen. This bridge, this particular bridge that I am pointing to is the bridge or the overpass that connects the Asokoro district of Abuja to the central area of the city, just the way I am pointing. And it's one of the projects, an important one at that matter, that was completed by the administration of the Minister of the FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike, and it was also one of those projects that were commissioned by the President to mark his one-year anniversary. Before this bridge or the overpass was completed, this particular spot used to be one of the epicenters of traffic hold-up in the city. People coming from, even from outside the city, coming from Asokoro, coming from the military barracks, everyone converged here, and there was just one traffic controller who was always under stress and under pressure to control the movement of vehicles around this particular spot. But today, with the completion of this bridge just behind me, vehicular movement from Asokoro and elsewhere around this particular area to the rest of the city has been made easy. Even those who are going to Area 1, it is just straight drive to Area 1 today. There's no more traffic jam around the powerhouse area of Asokoro district of Abuja. Today, it is easy and so easy for anyone to navigate here to anywhere you want to go in the city of Abuja. All thanks to the visionary leadership of the Minister of the FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike. Here we are just by the old CBM bridge, which is yet another important project that was completed by the administration of the Federal Capital Territory, led by Barrister Nyesom Wike as the Minister of the FCT. And it's so important because for people who are going into the part of the city like Gariki area, the people who are coming all the way from Asokoro, from Nyanya district and everywhere, this is an easy access to different parts of the town and all the way to Area 1 to my left. We are here to talk to motorists who have been enjoying these facilities and these projects that have been completed and commissioned by the President, to hear from them how it has changed the whole aesthetics and vehicular movements here in the city of Abuja. Take a listen.
Wow, it's a very wonderful development we see in the last 1 year, that just since the new administration came in, it has been a very wonderful one. And when they came in, the opening of road was so speedy. We thought it's something that will never come to actualization, but before we know it, we have open roads, and where we never thought one can really access, we began to access, and it makes things so easy. You can take alternative roads, and the roads, the way I see, the roads are very, very durable and very, very okay, and I'm happy about it, and I pray it will continue in that trend. The minister has really done well in that very regard, and I want to urge him to really do more, and to see if he can also extend this plight to other satellite towns.
Make our work to be very easy. Now there's no more traffic, and it will make our work to be very easy. Like, it's not like before that we carry passenger now going to Rai or to Bega. You experience a lot of hold up before you reach, but now everything is moving silly wherever.
I think for now the road is okay because there is no traffic, and I think there is an improvement, and this is the kind of thing that we need in this country. As for the road, I think Wiki has really tried as regards to the road. You cannot compare what we are seeing now to what we had before. You can't compare it. There is a big gap. There is a big improvement, and we really thank God for that. Before, traffic here and there, and even some of the road damaged our cars. So we really thank God. The road is better, and let him keep it up. Let it keep it up. We really enjoy his administration for these few months. We can extend this to a satellite town like Nyanya Karo. I think we will love it.
We are here at Uye District, Abuja, the nation's capital. Right behind me is one of the projects commissioned by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is the Uye Bridge, or the Uye Interchange. It is a bridge that connects the Uye District to Use Zone 7, Zone 1, and then into the central area of the nation's capital. This bridge behind me is so important because before now there were no links, or there was no link road between Uye districts and the Use Zone 7 area of the FCT. So for those who live here who wanted to go to Zone 7 or to the Central Business District, they had to go all the way to Area 1 to do a U-turn to get into Use Zone 7, Use Zone 1, and the Central Business District of the nation's capital. But today, because of this particular bridge, it is now very easy for anyone who lives in Uye district to go into Zone 7 or elsewhere in the city of Abuja without any issues. Before now, once again, a lot of people who were attempting to cross the road from Uye to Zone 7 were actually knocked down by vehicles because of how bad it was at the time. But due to the visionary leadership of the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, today the Uye Link Bridge is complete and it is up and running, and all for the good of the residents of the FCT. So we are going to be talking to some people who are residents of Uye district to find out from them how this bridge, this interchange, has affected movement here in Uye district.
Also, we're chairman of KK. We are working at Uye before. Mostly our KK riders, the way we are suffering in this area. That time, no quota, nothing. Our people both car. We are suffering in Uye. But now we thank God as God give us the time minister where they do work, where they work everywhere. Wike is working everywhere, if you can see. Now, as we get a bridge now, we thank God. Now, everybody now they are work without any problem, without pato.
If you can see, this is a very commercial and a strategic location to the central business district area. This is Uye, yes. So this bridge project had been going on for over 3 years, if I am not mistaken. So for the federal capital to enable the completion of the bridge and put it into proper use, it's excellent. Uye, it's also a commercial area. You understand, there are a lot of business activities that are going on between the central business district and the Uye axis. So enabling the ease of movement of vehicles and even pedestrian movement, it's very fantastic, very, very fantastic. Yeah.
The road has really helped in navigating from Uye to Zone 7. The other day I wanted to get something at the market and I just had to walk down the bridge and I was in Wuse Zone 7. I got a cab and I was easily in Wuse Market, and I've been working here for about 3 years and the construction happened right before our eyes and we are very grateful for the road. Everything is easier for us that are working around this axis now.
Welcome back to the program Abuja File on Capital Television. You can see from the interviews and some of the visuals that you just watched that the residents of Abuja are very happy and are excited about some of these new happenings that they are experiencing in terms of new roads, bridges, and so many other infrastructure, because that is actually what we call the dividends of democracy. And therefore, as a people, we expect that we are going to see more and more of this development. And like some of our respondents said and suggested and even requested, that there are still places outside the city, the satellite towns, where the attention of the FCT minister is equally needed in terms of development, in terms of opening up access roads and a lot of other infrastructural development. Yes, just before we go, let's give you some quick security tips on the go. When you are on the go, some of the things that you must observe, especially as we are heading toward the weekend. A lot of people will be maybe having some engagements in the night. However, I think it's important that if you can avoid night movement, please do avoid it as much as you can. But if you have to go out at night for some other reasons, then you must take a lot of things into consideration. Your security is paramount. And one thing that you must do is don't wander into dark areas, places that are badly lit or that do not have any form of illumination at night. Please don't wander into those places. And when you are about to board a vehicle along the highway or even within the inner city roads, please be careful to look inside those vehicles to be sure that your conscience is clear. Because you know, sometimes when you want to enter some vehicles, your mind, your conscience will prick you and tell you that please don't. So listen again to what your conscience will tell you in terms of entering, because we know that even up to this moment, the one-chance robbers are still carrying out their nefarious activities within the FCT. And when you are also inside the vehicles, please don't forget yourself, especially in crowded and populated areas. Don't forget yourself in terms of just getting carried away by your phone, because people also come even from outside and take away your phone from you while you are seated inside the vehicle. It's been happening. And again, even if you're a motorist, and please don't just carry people that you don't know. When somebody flags you down and you say, come in, no, don't do that. So these are some of the security tips we have for you on the program Abuja File. Before we leave the studio, it is important to let us know as Nigerians and as residents of the FCT that we have to do the right things in terms of doing what those things that are expected of us as residents and also citizens of the country, in terms of maybe refuse dumping, which is one of the biggest issues we have in the city here today. Please don't dump your refuse inside the drainage system. We've been talking about flooding, and one of the reasons why we have flooding in the FCT here today is because of people who drop their refuse inside drainage systems, thereby blocking these drainages and then leading to flash floodings. Thank you very much for being out there. It's been a pleasure being on the program. And the program Abuja File makes another return same time next week Friday. My name is John Okoro. See you next time.
Standing before you today to accept the nomination of our party.